Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Paul Jackson. Thank you for joining us, and we are again broadcasting from the lobby of Fairfield Federal downtown, and we're glad you're here. I think we'll have an interesting show today. We're going to talk about one of the civic organizations in town, Lancaster Kiwanis, and the things they're doing in the second half of the show. But the first half, this is a program, and it's nice every now and then when a program is recommended to me, says, Paul, you need to have somebody on. And if that's the person, in this case it was the mayor, so I believe what he's telling me to be the truth, because Dave has always been super with us, Dave Scheffler, and he said, I've got a girl that works in our government across the street here over at the City Hall there. He says, kind of a new thing going on, I'd like to have you on and talk to her. So I got a hold of our guest, and she was so nice and said she'd come on. Linda Berge Disser,
yes.
Let me say it incorrect, welcome.
Thank you.
And you're it's not economic development. I got some information. They had a nice article on you in the paper. It was very helpful to have that. Executive Director of Community Development.
Right.
What's that mean?
Well, I was going to start by asking you a question. And what does community development mean to you?
I guess in my mind it would be trying to attract business to come to Lancaster. Now I know we have an economic development director both in the city and up on the hill in the county, but community development, I think it would be just expanding the community, getting more people into the community. I don't know how that works with what you do. It doesn't sound like it does anything with what you do, because your job is to community development too. How do you see it?
Exactly. So that's a great way to start, is what's the difference between economic development and community development, right? So exactly, economic development is about bringing businesses here, developing businesses, working with small businesses. Community development, we work with residents to improve their neighborhoods and the houses and the businesses within them. So just thinking about, you know, the resident involvement with the city.
Well, in talking with the mayor, and when he was explaining what your job is, and then there was, again, a very nice article in the Lancaster Eagle-Gazette on you and what your office does, the phrase kept coming up, healthier homes, to rehab, I guess, older homes, and I know there are a lot of requirements to make that happen, but it's finding people that qualify and getting the word out that you can improve their quality of life in their home.
Exactly, right. When you think about health hazards within your home, so one of our big focuses on lead abatement, right? We need to get
that's
the lead
always
out.
a big one, and it's hard to imagine, but I guess older homes still have that, huh?
They were using lead-based paint up until 1978.
Wow.
So if your house was built before 1978, there's a chance that you have lead-based paint. Also, asbestos was used in our homes, right?
Sure.
You know, 70% of our homes in Lancaster were built before 1978.
How many?
70%.
Wow. Wow.
So that's a lot. I mean, we're in a historic city,
Sure.
right?
Certainly in the 4 blocks around us right here, a lot of them.
Exactly. We think of mold, even falling hazards. I mean, just all the health and safety. We really want to help residents, homeowners, and renters, right, and landlords who have rental property, to improve the health and safety of their homes. So we're improving the health and safety of our housing stock in Lancaster.
So your office, in this case with these Healthier Homes initiatives and the things you're doing, comes from a grant?
Right, so we have a grant from the federal government through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Specifically, the first grant we got was for $1.4 million.
Nice.
And that was, thank you, in 2020. We started it in 2021. Most of the funds are for homes in the city, but a portion of the funds are for homes in the county.
Okay, good.
Outside of Lancaster.
Good.
And that's being managed by Community Action. So anyone who lives in the county, they can call us, we'll refer them to Community Action, but if they live outside of Lancaster, right, they can call Community Action directly. Okay. And the county has put in some match money for that. And then within the city, we have funds. So the first grant program was really for households with children under 6. So that's the real focus, because children are so small. Any lead that would get into their system is so concentrated, it's so damaging, it never leaves your system. So it's very serious.
And they'd be going through that for years. I mean, if they grew up there, 15 years maybe in this house.
Or you're going to your grandmother's house. So it's for households with children under 6, either living there or who spend a significant amount of time
Sure.
there, right? You know, if they're
Sure.
visiting frequently. It's for pregnant women, right? So if you're anticipating having children. Now, this isn't for someone who's looking to sell their house and get the lead remediated
Sure.
and then, you know, sell it. But if you're looking to buy a house and you're looking to, you know, you're looking to live there long term, you know, you can take advantage of this program. Also, this is available for landlords for, you know, that own rental property, or for tenants. If you're a tenant and you're thinking, gosh, I live in this older home and I'm concerned about lead paint, you can contact us. We'll work with your landlord, right, to be a part of the program. The second grant we were just awarded, so we're just getting that going. Same eligible uses, and this is again for lead abatement, asbestos removal, mold remediation, falling hazards, anything that we can, you know, a lot of things that we're looking at in terms of health and safety. It expands the people that we can serve. So for families with children up to 18. For senior citizens, for people with disabilities. So this just helps us, gets more money into the community. And again, portion of the funding going for houses in the city, portion of the funding for houses in the county.
Now, we talked about, I guess the big thing we've discussed would be the lead paint. That's huge on both these grants. You have to deal with that. But then I was also reading about the article in there, and in some cases are new windows a part of what you do?
They are, if they have lead.
They can be.
They can be, right, if there's lead present.
It's really around lead.
We aren't just replacing windows just to replace
That's
windows.
not your job. You're not remodelers.
Exactly, and that's what I tell people. We aren't going in and remodeling anyone's kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But
you're not going to be on HGTV and not going to have a show on? Okay.
well, I don't know. We might, that's a thought. Yeah. We are going to start some DIY workshops. So definitely I'll probably be back to talk about those, but that's where we're going to bring in instructors from Hocking College to talk about home maintenance. Because when we go into homes, sometimes we find things that people are calling us for a repair that if they had known about the maintenance, they could have maintained it and then not been in the situation that they're in, right, where they're needing help to, you know, to do the repair. So we want to help homeowners. We have some great fire safety businesses here. We want them to have an audience with homeowners, with renters on, you know, fire safety, again, all in the name of health and safety. So. Yeah.
So the things we're talking about now, again, are based on lead paint and some other things, that everything you do is based around lead paint. Young children that are in the home, perhaps pregnant women in the home and all that. But it sounds like there are other things you've always done prior to getting these grants.
Right, yeah. So we've had a home repair program for homeowners for years.
Probably not maybe you've kind of been under the radar a little bit, you think?
Well, we have not had a significant amount of money.
Sure.
So we have not advertised it broadly.
No.
We've gone kind of more of a referral system with some of the local agencies who knew that a homeowner, you know, needed some assistance. All of these are income based. We have an income guideline, but we don't want that to stop anyone.
Sure.
Because
apply anyway.
The income max is actually pretty high.
Okay.
And we wouldn't want anyone to think, well, I'm not going to qualify, when in fact they would.
Sure.
So we would say, just call us. Yeah. We'll do an initial, you know, assessment, and then we would
be
able
make
to
a decision
make
from
a decision.
that. Just don't weed yourself out.
Exactly. So, and we have an applicant, and also, even if the person wouldn't be eligible for our program, we can refer them, right? We have other resources.
Of opportunities.
Exactly.
Nice.
So best to contact us and connect with us, and then help us, you know, find some other resources. Yeah.
My guest is Linda Berge Disser, and she is the director of the Community Development Department across the street on the city, but in some cases actually for the county too. Don't handle that, but they can send you to the county to know what's going on here. If somebody needs to call you probably would be on the city website.
We are.
So if somebody would just use their search engine, just hit City of Lancaster in its community development.
Right. There's a button for over government. If when you hover over the word government on our webpage, you can see the different departments, and then you would just click on community development. You'll find our page and find the resources.
How many folks are in your department or in your office?
We have 5 people in our office.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Get a lot done for 5 people?
We sure do. And sometimes our funding sources think that we are a bigger office than we are. They're asking us to do so many things.
Get it
we're
done
saying,
now.
Look, we only have 5 people, but we do. We have 5, really hardworking people in our department. I also want to refer to some visuals. I know you're going to put it up on the screen.
Yeah, we'll put them on the screen. Some lead-based paint.
We have some examples of what lead-based paint looks like, so that people, would know what to look for, and then some mold, just. We'll put it up on the screen, but that way people can kind of.
If you've got this is a condition your office might be able to help. Definitely,
if you're seeing these things in your home, give us a call. But even if it doesn't look like this, if you live in an older home, built before 1978, we want you to call us.
What's the phone number there at your office?
740.
Yes.
687-6663.
Okay, and it's a community development. Linda Berge Disser is with us. Thank you for joining us. It's like you have your hands full for a while here spending all that money, and it's probably enjoyable to see homes turned around, lives changed, and certainly helped.
Definitely.
Thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me.
Dave Scheffler, give him our best.
I sure will.
All right, Linda Berge Disser from Community Development in Lancaster. We'll be back on Fairfield Today in just a moment.
Fairfield Medical goes the extra mile to give attention to their patients, to their guests, anybody that comes within those doors.
There's no question that the staff there are all personally invested in seeing that I got the best care possible.
The staff was so comforting. I felt like she was in the best hands.
They basically gave me a second chance at life, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today, and again, I want to say thank you to the mayor, Dave Scheffler, for kind of heading us to the program we just had with Linda Berge Disser on to talk about the great things in community development here in Lancaster and a little bit in Fairfield County too. So give her office a call if any of the qualifications we talked about before, 78, lead paint, all that kind of things, is something you're interested in. Just give her office a call or look it up on the city website, government. It's the link, you'll find it on there. Community development under government will be the place to look. We'll change it around as a little bit like we said earlier. We're going to have one of the good civic organizations in Lancaster, the Lancaster Kiwanis. Things are getting back to normal now. For a year and a half, maybe even 2 years in some cases. So many things were knocked out. So many events, so many things you were used to doing were knocked away because of the COVID and the pandemic, and everything was shut down for so long. And one of those events that got knocked down last year, live and in-person kind of events, was this Kiwanis Go for a Run. It's a race that the Lancaster Kiwanis has sponsored for 2 or 3 years now. Last year was a little bit different because of the pandemic. This year it's back on full go. We're pleased to say that it's back, and it'll be coming up in April. We've got the gentleman on to talk about it, Josh Gordon. Josh, how you doing?
Doing well. Thanks.
Good
for
to have
me.
you on.
Yeah.
So you are a member of Lancaster Kiwanis?
I am. I've been a member for the last 4 years or so.
Good. Are you a local boy originally, or?
Yeah, I was not born here, but basically, raised here. Grew up, went to Lancaster High School and to the OU branch out here, and then graduated from Ohio State. So I'm a local boy.
And you're still here and back in town, and.
Yep, still here. Own a business here in town, and have been doing that since I got out of college for about the last 8 years. And Lancaster's a great place to raise a family, and my wife works out here at Fairfield Medical Center, and we have a little boy that's 18 months old, so we're happy to be in Lancaster.
And you're involved in a civic organization, so thanks for that. So many, for years, everybody was in a civic organization. That was sort of your rite of passage.
Sure.
If you either were in Rotary or you were in Kiwanis or one of the other organizations. But the last few years, and you've seen it, I'm certain, in Kiwanis, that everybody doesn't get involved in it much in civic organizations. You've got a young family. You'll get to a point where you'll want to watch him play things and do things, and you'll be transporting him to events, and you and your wife will both be taxis. That's what you'll be. You know, so I thank you for being in an organization like this. So this is, I believe, the third year for this Kiwanis Go for a Run. 2 years ago it started. I was in that first one a couple of years ago. I had nice blue shirts, so we got to have. I still have mine. And then last year they still had the race, but a little different. It was done virtually. You ran the time, and that was it. Didn't have it like it was or like it is.
Yes. So last year was more of a virtual race. This year it's full go. We hope to have over 100 participants.
Sure.
The first 100 runners that sign up will get a T-shirt like you mentioned, and it's going to be at our All Abilities playground at Hunter Park, 907 Lincoln Avenue out there. So. We're excited to be back in person. Kind of feels like we're getting back to, I don't know, a relative
whatever normal used to be.
Yeah.
Now, have you been out to that All Abilities Park? Have you seen that?
I have.
Isn't that? And again, it's on Lincoln Avenue. It's right out by Hunter Trace, right? I think it's before you hit the turn to go into Hunter Trace. It's right there, and it's a beautiful All Abilities Park. We've had Temple Custer when she was with the DD at Fairfield DD in town and talked about it. We were involved with Lancaster Parks. Mike Tharp was so involved. It's an amazing place out there, and I don't think I've ever gone by, even in the winter almost, you go by there and there's somebody there using those facilities.
Well, it's a great resource for the county. I believe it's the only All Abilities playground in the county.
I think you're right.
And that was just something very special that our Kiwanis group was able to help out with and raise funds for, and it's just going to be a great resource for the community.
So now the race, was it April 16th?
April 16th.
April 16th, which would be a Saturday morning. 9 o'clock is the gun will go off. They'll start the race, and so how would anybody register for this?
Yeah, so probably the easiest way is to go to the website kiwanigoforarun.itsyourrace.
We'll put that on the screen because nobody's going to remember this.
Nobody's going to remember that, but put it on the screen. Or if you're not quite that tech savvy, you don't feel comfortable registering online, you can always just email us and we can send you a form via Microsoft Word or what have you, and that's just kiwanigoforarun@yahoo.com.
Okay. And again, this is typical of road races. There's one in the summer. There's one almost every weekend around. I used to do a lot of running, and you could. Even in Lancaster, if you just want to stay in Fairfield County, you can find a lot of races around here. A lot of organizations have them, and this is going to be just like most of those. Again, first 100 you get a nice T-shirt with that, with all the sponsors and all the info on the front. That'd be very cool to have. And then starting at the All Abilities part out on Lincoln Avenue, April 16th at 9 o'clock. And it's broken down to the age group. It's going to be real professionally run.
Yes. We're going to have, you're going to be able to show up the day of the race, pick up your bib, pick up your packet. That starts at 7:30 in the morning. It's going to be, again, like you said, professionally done. So you're going to have a little chip in your bib, and we'll know, has a little GPS. You'll be able to go online to the website and check, your times and how you stack up against everybody else in your age group. And overall, we're going to have medals for the winners in each age category, and those categories will be determined by the amount of runners in each age bracket that we have sign up.
Now, is it a lot of it run on the bike path?
On the bike path. We'll start and finish at the All Abilities playground. Yeah.
So with the chip on there, we can't do the Rosie Ruiz, get to one of the little Lancaster transportation buses and kind of carry us around that?
No.
You're watching for that.
Yeah. Well, if you're breaking any records, we'll be able to check.
If I set a PR that day, Paul will have to check that out. So again, I guess we'll hope for good weather on that. That's always a big deal.
Yeah, hope for good weather.
A day like this would be nice.
A day like this would be perfect. We are just, like you mentioned, there's a lot of races, and you can maybe get bogged down by a lot of 5Ks, 10Ks. This is going to be a 5K, 10K.
Now, is this run or walk?
Run, walk, or roll.
And run. That's right. And out there, that's perfect for that at the All Abilities Park.
Yes.
And it's a 5 or a 10K.
5 or a 10K,
Okay.
and this benefits the youth and community programs that Kiwanis supports. So it is a good opportunity to get out, enjoy the weather, and just really support a good civic group like Kiwanis and the programs that we support. So.
And you've been in Kiwanis, would you say, 4 years now? Okay, so you know what they do, and I think it's important to know that this money goes to help young people in our community. Certainly All Abilities Park is an example of that, but the funds that the Lancaster Kiwanis raises, I know they have and it's back on this year, they'll have the Pancake Day, that's going to be back on in December. So many events that they do in the course of a year, but all the money, like most civic organizations, all the money that Lancaster Kiwanis will reap from this will go to stay right here in Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Sure, yeah. We use it to pack backpacks for local schools, and I'm a coach in the Kiwanis Baseball League, and obviously that's been a great staple in our group for a long time.
Sure.
And those kids are great, and it's just it's really rewarding seeing this is just it's a good outlet for them, and a good opportunity to maybe do something where they wouldn't be able to by their own means. So.
Well, I was going to say, you would almost be the perfect Kiwani in here. You've only been in 4 years. You're already a coach in baseball, and you're already heading up the Kiwanis run. You'll be president before you know it. You play your cards right here. That'll work out for you.
I'm not campaigning. I just, I'm doing what I think is right, and just giving back to our community, because they gave so much to me, growing up here as a young guy.
Thanks for hanging out and growing up here and raising your young family here too. That's it. So now, if people want to register, how do they go about that?
Yeah, so just go on the website, and there's a button top right-hand corner. Kiwana Go for a Run .itsyourrace.com. Okay. Again, we'll put that link up, and but if you have any issues, just email us at kiwanagofforarun@yahoo.com. But again, you can register right on the site. The cost is $30, and we look forward to seeing you out there.
And the money goes and stays in the community. It starts and begins out at the All Abilities Park. If you haven't had a chance to see it,
get out there.
It's worth seeing. It's a beautiful place out there on Lincoln Avenue, right around 100 Trace. We hope for a good turnout on the race. We hope for weather like this. That's always helpful. I know in the July 4th parade, they always put somebody in charge of cloud control. Yeah. So maybe that'll be your job.
I hope so.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
if I can dial up a nice day like today, we'll have a good turnout. So.
Josh Gordon with Lancaster Kiwanis heading up the Kiwana Go for a Run April 16th, 9 o'clock. Get rolling at 7:30, bright and early. Kick it off at 9 o'clock, 5 or a 10K. Run, walk, or roll.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Very good. So get your PRs out there. Hope for a good turnout for that. Josh, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having
hope for
me,
a good turnout, sure. And best of luck with Lancaster Kiwanis.
Appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you. Josh Gordon with us. We'll be back on Fairfield Today in just a moment.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area where the fountain is, and the memorials and the flags and all this stuff. And we looked around, and I said, there's our bank right there.
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. And the employees are happy here. They're conversant. Customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, again, as we post-pandemic here and we come out of all that, musicals and plays, as we've talked about the community chorus with Clarence McCoy and his group. We had Joanna Whetstone on with Millersport Community Theater. They've going on, and one of the school functions that's coming back now too are the plays and musicals. One of them is at Liberty Union. It's coming up here just, I think this weekend is the time. We'll
Yes.
talk about that with Director Jill Henwood about that. But it's a Freaky Friday, and again we have Jill Henwood, the director. Pretty exciting time here. I mean,
yes.
are the palms a bit sweaty?
Oh, you know, they're doing so great. We've had Tech Week has been this week, and so you know, Tech Week is always a little bit hard when you start adding in all of the lights and the sound and all the set pieces moving in and out. But this Tech Week really has gone well so far. I need to knock on some wood. So yeah, we're excited. It's going to be a really great show.
Now we have, is this the entire cast or just as many as we could get out today?
As many as we get.
This
Most of my
this
seniors.
is a field trip today.
Yes.
It's a field trip. They're out of school from Liberty Union High School. Most are seniors, not all. We have one junior. We'll just say the word. We'll just say the word.
She's
a
actually
junior.
a freshman.
Oh, a freshman! My goodness. Well, and it's nice of her to even join us today.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, she's one of my leads. So I
okay,
wanted
very
to make sure
good.
that she could
So
be
why
here.
don't we just start over here, and we'll ask the cast, if you would, just tell us your name and who you play in Freaky Friday.
I'm Emily Hendershot, and I play Danielle.
Danielle, did you forget that for a second? You got to remember that. Come on out.
I'm Kaylee Curry, and I play Dr. Aaron.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Joshua Donald, and I play Adam.
Adam?
I'm Nick Buskirk. I play Mike.
Mike? Let me get out of your room here so we can see you.
I'm Michaela Rice. I play Tori.
And now we have our resident freshman. All the rest are seniors here. Our resident freshmen, come on out.
I'm Heidi Chabot, and I play Ellie.
Ellie, okay.
I'm Alex Potts, and I play Catherine.
Okay, and you're the two that switch parts back and forth. Very good. We'll get into that. Jill, come on in here again. How did you come on Freaky Friday? How did that come about?
Well, okay, so our COVID show, which we call it now, was Matilda. Matilda got shut down on Wednesday of show week. But thankfully, to Liberty Union and the staff and the organization of everyone, we were able to perform Matilda last August. And Matilda was a huge show. It was about 3 hours long. There was set for, all over the place. And so the music director and I sat down and decided that we wanted to let them do another show. We had a lot of kids that have come to us, and can we, even though it was in August of this year, of the school year, they still wanted to be able to do another one. And so we were like, okay, we can find something that is a little bit smaller, fun to do, and we settled on Freaky Friday. And I tell you, the music is fantastic. The story is super fun.
Yeah, it is a great movie, great theme.
Yeah, and the version that we're doing is a lot like the Disney movie that is out that you can watch. So the audience should have a lot of fun with it.
Now, how are tickets available? This is, again, assigned seating.
Yes, yeah, it is reserved seating. You can get tickets at libertyunion.org. Just go to the
do it online.
Yep, you can go to online. It's through showtix.com, which is the ticketing platform that we use. But if you go to libertyunion.org, it says Spring Musical. Just click on that link and it'll take you right to the tickets.
And are tickets available at the door, but would you suggest doing that?
Tickets are available at the door, but I would suggest
if
getting
they are
them.
available.
Yeah, I would suggest getting them ahead of time.
So what are the dates again?
It's this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday is at 7 p.m. and then on Sunday it's at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, we thank the Jill and a lot of the cast members for joining us today. This is pretty exciting. So we're going to talk to a couple of them here. Again, thank you all for coming. I know it was a tough call getting out of school, coming in here to do that. I know it was a tough thing to do. I'm sure it was difficult for you. But we've got some of the cast members here. Let me step around here. And tell us your name again, who you play.
My name is Michaela Rice, and I play Tori.
And you're a senior, so would this be your first play musical? I'm going to guess no.
No.
No. Is this your first musical? No. Are you in the choirs too? You probably a lot of singing.
Yeah.
You enjoy the singing or the acting more?
Probably the acting.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You get a lot of stage time up here. Do you upstage anybody? Do you try to run the whole show? Think it's all about you?
No.
Is that true?
Michaela is a fantastic dancer,
Ooh,
so
really?
we try to highlight her
that's your
dancing as
thing?
much
Dancing?
as we can.
A lot of dancing in this?
A
little bit. Very good. Let's bring out the freshman here. Your name again?
Heidi Chabot.
Heidi, you're a freshman. You're kind of jumping into the big time right here, and you've got one of the big parts in this. Who do you play?
Ellie Blake.
And you two are the Freaky Friday switcheroos?
Yep.
Okay. Is that fun to do that?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. You have a lot of lines. I mean, you're obviously some of the leads. You probably have a lot going on here, huh? You like singing or the acting?
I prefer. I kind of like both because they both have their
pluses and minuses. Yeah. So this is probably one of your first ones since you're a freshman.
No.
No. Where have you done this before? As a younger person?
No, I did Matilda, and I also did another few things here.
Okay. Very good. Liberty Union is a great place to have this because they have a very active theater department and musicals. You guys get to do a lot of things, so good luck on this. And you are?
Alex Potts.
And your party again is?
Catherine Blake.
Is it fun kind of switching back and forth between
it's
being the adult, being the kid? Which part do you enjoy most?
I like being the kid more because it's less structured.
You like being the kid more? You can't both be the kid. What if you got to be the adult?
Yeah, we kind of like switching back and forth. You get your own time being the kid and the adult.
Yeah. Is this your first musical?
No.
No. You've done more? Do you like musicals or just plays?
I like the musicals. I like the singing.
Dancing?
aspects.
Are you one of the...
I dance some, but fortunately not too much.
We've got the dancer right here.
Yeah,
she likes to do that. Yeah. So you've done several plays before?
One or two, yeah.
Between you and me, is Miss Henwood a good director?
She's the best.
She's the best.
Don't tell her I said
I won't
that.
tell her I said that. Well, congratulations, you two. It's going to be great fun. Are you excited about getting almost time here to do it now, huh?
Excited and nervous.
How long has the auditions gone for?
I think.
Well, not auditions. I mean the practices. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we started in like mid-January, I think, so like 2 or 3 months.
So a lot of commitment here to doing this, and several nights a week. Yeah, and you made it, so you're still here, so good for you.
Yep.
How many people were all in the cast, do you know offhand?
I think it's 30.
30? Ooh, big. I'm glad you didn't all come.
Yeah.
It's a small scene right here. Anyway, a lot of fun. Freaky Friday, it was a great movie. Have y'all seen the movie? I'm sure y'all have now. If you hadn't seen it before, I'm sure you've seen it now. Is this pretty true to that?
Yeah. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, girls. And guys, we thank all of you for coming. Come on over, Jill. Pretty exciting. Freaky Friday, I mean, that's really well known. I mean, everybody knows the plot. Everybody's seen the movie. Everybody knows what's going on.
Yep.
So good or bad, everybody's got a reference point.
Everybody has, and I mean, honestly, if you watch the original Freaky Friday, it is different. So, if you come into it thinking that it's going to be like the Jamie Lee Curtis one, it's not. But it's very, same premise, same plot and whatnot. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And to watch them become the other character is fun too, because they have different ticks, The daughter twirls her hair a lot. The mom keeps her, her anytime that anything bad is going on, she goes like this. So they had to learn those different ticks to do to show which character they are, and so it's been fun.
So you have 30 people. That's a lot of moving parts.
It is, but it's not. We normally have a lot more. When we did Beauty and the Beast, we had 105 people in our cast. Matilda, I think we had about 50, and then post-COVID, we had about 35 or 40. So this one is a little bit smaller, but I mean, the cast is fantastic.
So now as we kind of into the backside of COVID here, so full seating now, everything's back to normal. I guess if you want to wear a mask, that's certainly an option by anybody,
an option,
but it's not required.
It is not required.
Okay, very good. So tickets are available online at libertyunion.org.
libertyunion.org.
Yeah, you can get, and it's suggested you get the tickets there because, like anything else, if we're sold out, and if you want 2 or 3 together, that could be very difficult day off.
Right. Yeah. In order to make sure that you can sit, in the section that you want to sit or with the people that you want to sit, we recommend you get it beforehand.
Well, it's going to be a great thing. Freaky Friday, a lot of fun. Liberty Union, high school, musical, back to normal, back doing it the way Liberty Union likes to do it.
That's
so good luck on this.
Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for y'all coming down.
Thank you.
Break a leg up there. Have great fun. It's a great cast of young people, and Jill have done a great job of putting this all together. So it's coming up this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yep.
Friday, Saturday evenings at 7.
At 7.
Matinee at 2. Matinee at 2. LibertyUnion.org is where you get the tickets. It's going to be a fun time, Freaky Friday. Just a great, everybody knows the play, the musical, everybody knows about that. So good luck to all of you. I'm sure you do a great job. I hope you have full houses every night. I'm sure you will, knowing Liberty Union in Baltimore, how all that works. Great fun to have Jill Henwood and a bunch of the cast here from Freaky Friday at Liberty Union. Thank you for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.